story. So instead of reading something today, I just want to invite us all, to bring this notion of, I know Valentine's Day has been commercialized so much, and many of us don't relate to it, in the way that's been commercialized. But nonetheless, it's a good excuse to think about love and what kind of love you have in your life. Love comes in all sort of forms and shapes and, types. So it's not just comes from different kind of species even, right? The pets we all have in our lives, they bring so much love to our lives. So just cultivating that love, as I talk about it, where do you feel it in your body? How do you feel in your chest? Sometimes it could be triggering for us. Today could be a triggering day if you're going through something difficult. It could bring grief, of losing someone. So basically, what I was planning today is to just open the floor for all the possibilities that love can bring to our life, whether that's the happiness and joy, or whether that's the heartbreak and grief that we sometimes have to experience, and everything in between. So if you find that helpful, that's great. If that's not something that you can relate to, that's also welcome here. So you can focus on something that is more relatable for you today. So as usual, we're going to sit for 20 to 25 minutes together. And the way that I start these sessions, usually I ring a bell. So here's my bell. And then we do a quick body scan just to ground ourselves in our body. And we open up to our guided meditation. I do not have a script. I come to these sessions. I've been teaching like this for the past, I don't know how many years, but I come to these sessions with an open heart. And as soon as I close my eyes, what needs to be told and what needs to, depending on the energy of people who are here, it starts to come up. So but before I go there, any questions, any concerns? I know there's a code that I put it in the chat box. So if you want to use that, that's also there for you. If you're watching this later, you can also use the code. And that's about it. Okay, so sure. If you're ready, just take a couple of deep breaths, arriving to this session. I talked to my students a lot about this. How do we arrive? When it comes to a Zoom session, usually we have a ritual when we go somewhere, we find somewhere to sit and be comfortable. You open the door, you scan the room. It's hard to do that on Zoom, but nonetheless, we need to have a sort of ritual to prepare to arrive to a Zoom session. So whatever that is your ritual, taking a couple of deep breaths, leaving everything behind. I promise you, anything that you need to think about right now is going to be there after 25 minutes, half an hour, so you can pick it up again. So if you feel comfortable enough to leave that behind, take a couple of deep breaths, and as you breathe out, take a little bit of longer time to exhale. Again, as you breathing out, let go of anything that is stopping you from being in this moment here. Connecting to people here. If you know someone here, you can bring them to mind, connect to them. If you don't know anyone, if you feel comfortable, you can connect to me. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes. If not, that's also okay. Whatever that is available. So there's no right way or wrong way of doing this, right? So whatever is available at that moment to us, That's what we welcome. But just in order, we do a couple of things with our body to just keep the body awake, like keeping your spine erect, keeping your back, upright, but with relaxed shoulders. So the shoulder don't need to be tight, or, you don't need to have any tension, but keep your spine upright and erect, because that helps you to not fall asleep. And also keep your chin up. If you're sitting on a cushion, lying down, or on a chair, just find a posture that you feel comfortable, connecting to your feet on the ground, or if you're sitting cross-legged. And your hand, you can just simply put them on your lap. You can put them in any different mudras that you find comfortable. Again, there's no right way of doing it, or one way of doing meditation. So just do whatever that is comfortable for you. And relaxing the face, relaxing your forehead, the corner of your eyes. I'm going to ring the bell once to initiate our class. Letting that sound sit in your body, how you perceive it, how does it impact your body, how does it meet your body. Again, coming back to the body. If it helps, you can say there is a body. Often we are just stuck in our head, moving around, or sitting on a chair, staring at our computers. So this is a moment to relax that, coming back to the body, scanning your neck and shoulders. See if there's any tension. Let go of that tension. Opening your chest. Scanning through the arms, forearms, all the way down to your hands. And just resting your attention for a moment there. How does it feel? Is it warm? Do you feel any tingling on the tip of your hands? How the mind reacts to that resting of your attention. Where does it go? Does it start to make all sorts of comments? Because that's not what we want to attend to. What we want to attend to is the feeling, the sensation. And now again, moving from our hands back to our chest, our heart, going down to the belly, relaxing the abdomen, relaxing your back. Just checking in. It's bringing that curiosity and love, that how is my body doing? What's happening in this area of my body? It's like the body scan is like saying hi to your body, as you see a friend, an old friend. Like, hi, how have you been? All these little corners in our body that we don't get to explore. Going to the pelvic area, feeling maybe your sitting bones, if you can feel them, if that's accessible. Going down to your thighs, legs, all the way, knees, calves, all the way down to your feet. And let's just stop there for a moment and see if you can wiggle your toes without moving them. In your mind, you attend to each of them. So imagine that you're wiggling your toes. And how does that feel? Do you feel connected to your body? Does it become easier? Now take another deep breath and bring your attention back to your heart. And let's see, what's the state of our heart today? How do I feel at this moment? What's happening? And you may feel all sorts of emotions. And see if you can just name them. There is happiness, there is sadness. How many emotions you know? Our vocabulary is usually very limited. And as you're becoming aware of those emotions, it's like providing a space. Usually, I have this table in my imagination with all sort of chairs around it. As I become aware of one of these feelings, I pull a chair for that feeling to sit there. It's welcome. Some of those emotions might be a little bit harder if there's an anxiety. But as you scan those emotions, also connect them to the body. So if I feel anxious, where do I feel it? Is it in my abdomen, my solar plexus? Is it in my heart? Do I feel it in my hands? Or if there is joy and there is love, what happens? Does my chest get expanded? And see if, as you're scanning those emotions, probably some sort of thought comes up with it too. If I feel sad, it's, because of this. If you have a mind like mine that loves to analyze everything, so it's very likely that your experience is as I do. Oh, there is sadness because of this, or there is joy because of that. And it's okay. I'm just suggesting to stay as an observant of those links between your thoughts, your emotions, and your body. We don't need to follow the narrative. It's just stay in that moment. Okay, this is interesting. So an example would be, for instance, oh, there's an anxiety. It feels like this in my body. It's because I haven't responded to that email. I don't know what to say. And that's it. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I didn't know that. Or I feel joy. It feels like this in my body. It's because of that little thing I heard from my, child, my partner, my friend. That made me really happy. And invite that feeling to your body. We don't get to experience positive emotions very often these days, especially. So, making that intentional, especially when something comes up that is joyful, feel that in your body. Even if you don't feel that at the moment, see if you can bring something to mind that brings that joy to your heart. The smile on your child's face, your pet, the beautiful sunshine. And just, feel that in your body, in your heart. Oh, this feels really good. Opening up, giving yourself permission to feel good. Feeling safe in your body to feel good. And if you feel like, you can even put your hands on your heart, being grateful for that moment of joy. Keeping it right there. It's accessible for you whenever you want. You can go back to it. Feel if you're putting your hands on your heart, feel the warmth of your hand. The safety that this gesture brings to our body. I got this. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm safe. And don't forget to breathe. Just breathe through all these feelings. And it's okay if you get distracted, if your mind starts to wander or something. Sometimes, there are thoughts that they come up and they're really yummy and delicious to follow, and we like to follow them. And that's okay. Daydreaming is nice, but let's do that after. So, in this moment, when it comes to meditation, just gently let go of that thought and come back to your heart. Come back to your breath. the generosity of our body, breathing. And see if you can feel the breathing everywhere in your body, not just the pathway of breathing that usually starts from the tip of your nose and it goes all the way down to your abdomen. You can rest your attention if that's accessible for you anywhere along that pathway. But once you established that concentration, restfulness, see if you can feel the whole body's breathing. And if you have cultivated that feeling of joy and love in your heart, let that stay. Breathe from that state. Again, if the mind starts to wander, that's okay. Gently let go of that and come back to your breath, to the safety of your body. There's no rush. We all have a lot of things to do after this. I know that, but that's okay. It's just another 2 to 3 minutes. You can just rest here. When you stay with this breath in this state, you can bring it back when you need it. In the moment of difficulty, call upon this breath, call it back. This state gets stored in your body, so bring it back when you need it. And now, gently bring your attention back to your heart. I would like you to make an intention clear in your mind, whatever that is for you at this moment, as you are about to leave this session. What is the intention you want to carry with you in your heart today? That would be your gift to yourself. And now you can start becoming aware of the surrounding, any noises in your room. You start moving your hands and wiggle your toes for real. And I'm gonna ring the bell. Again, let the sound of the bell sit in your body and brings you back to this moment. And feel free to open your eyes. I'm going to stop there.